This is how Jake gets ready. Say hi. Hi, everybody. You're about to watch Jake and Jossyl talk Once Upon a Time. The whole, like, Regina and the Queens of Darkness, there's a very, like, sexual tone whenever they have scenes together. It's very, like, smoldering.
I wouldn't say it's overly sexual unless you're looking for it that way.
Maybe I just have a dirty mind.
I guess I do too. Because it's
well, okay. There was a line where Regina was like, "Let's find some real fun." And then Jake was like, "Oh, they're gonna be in a hotel room all in lingerie."
You can do the whole like thing where little purple smoke's gonna go up in the air. They're all gonna be in lingerie and stuff. And Maleficent's still gonna be wearing her headpiece. Seriously, because like they're drinking clearly. They woke up next morning. She has a hangover.
Yeah.
So what did they do last night? Let's go around, acting like teenagers, blowing up the sheriff cars.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of fan fictions about that. I didn't understand the whole thing with the train.
Yeah, it's like, was she supposed to prove herself to them by
killing them?
By saving them and being like, oh, that means you're still a hero? Or by them all...
They didn't... Like, she's trying to prove that she's a
I know,
villain.
exactly. So by not saving them, letting them all die, they're just gonna let themselves die? Or are they gonna get themselves out of the situation? I don't understand.
Or maybe it was like, I thought that old Regina would have only saved herself. So maybe that's what they wanted? I don't know. I didn't get it. What outcome did they want? When it goes back to storybook, it goes back to Enchanted Forest days, Maleficent looks like a hot mess. She looks like Lindsay Lohan in like 5 years from now.
She's not doing it for me.
Really?
I mean, I guess like suits her character. But...
She looks a lot like Zelina in Storybook days, like the way she dresses and carries herself. She looks like Zelina.
I'm not feeling her outfit. I like how Cruella's appearance doesn't change from Fairy Tale Land to Storybook.
Regina and the charming softball team and the pirate mascot. You know how they always want to meet, like, covertly?
Oh yeah. Why can't they just text? Because like that would sound like a stupid thing to say normally, but like that's clearly something that exists in this world because they are always texting and calling each other.
Yeah.
So can't she be like, yo, I'll get back to you soon? Like she has to like tell the girls, oh, I have to go to the washroom and do my business. She texts them, she's like, yo, you won't believe what's going on right now. Hey, I'm blowing up a car, just deal with it.
When they were in Geppetto's workshop, how did Emma get in when Maleficent was clearly guarding the door?
Yeah, I thought that right away, but I just kind of dismissed it, like, whatever.
Hook and Belle and Will.
So at first, when Hook first sits down next to Will,
like,
you're kind of expecting it anyways because Hook does have history of Will.
Yes.
In the same way that Will interrupted their
Well, here's the thing. We watched the episode a day late than we normally do. We didn't watch it live to air. So I was trying so hard not to look at spoilers, but I did see that Rumple pretends to be Hook. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Jake didn't know that. So I
figured it out though.
There wasn't a shock of, like, an element of surprise there. I don't know if I would have bought it.
Because it makes sense.
It does make sense.
Hook actually has history. And like, I don't know, should have Hook helping Belle earlier. But...
I don't understand why, like, I don't think it's in character for Hook to go out of his way to find Belle and say, we need to hide the dagger. That's the only thing that I'm like, it doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I think Belle's a gullible character.
How do you feel about Will and Belle? I think it's cute.
I feel the same way about them, how Belle explained their relationship.
She's like, he makes me smile.
That's pretty much all it is.
I think it's nice. I think there's a lot of potential there. And I like how Belle has a new storyline now, because I didn't like her with Rumple. I was always like, oh, Belle, you idiot. Now I'm like, okay, you have someone your own age, you can have fun, go on dates, like, have fun, Belle. Paint the town red. The scene, the whole Hook Rumple thing. I know there are some people upset about that.
Yeah, I had a feeling like that Rumple was Hook. After the whole dagger thing happened, I didn't even see the look that he gave her.
Yeah, when she's like, I summon you, Dark One, and Hook just goes like, that was really hot. That was really hot.
But that I didn't even clue in there. I just thought of it afterwards.
I get why people are upset because it's like, oh my god, Rumple. But it's like, I would only, it's an asshole thing for Rumple to do. I would only be upset if, like, he messes with Hook's personal life. Like, I get he's just using Hook's body to talk to Belle.
Yeah.
But if he starts, like, pretending to be Hook and then, like, screwing around with, like, Hook's life, then I'd be upset.
Well, I don't understand. Is this, like, some new spell or ability Rumple's learned?
No, you can definitely change into other people.
What?
It's, like, a very common thing in Once Upon a Time.
Then why didn't he just do that the one time he was controlling Hook?
Rumple pretended to be...
And where was Hook the whole time?
Rumple pretended to be Regina at one point to fool Zelina. Like, he's done it a few times in the show.
So when Rumple turns into Hook, Hook's body turns into wherever Rumple is?
Oh, yeah. So, like, it's just like, how does that even work? Like, where's the real Hook? So when Rumple becomes Hook, do they switch bodies? And then Rumple and Hook's all of a sudden, like, in the cabin, like, surrounded by all these witches, and he's like, what the fuck's going on?
What kind of party is this?
Or, like, Rumple's like, I'm gonna decide to become Hook for a second. Hook's, like, having sex with Emma. He, like, switches for a second, he's like, ah! And then it goes back. And Jake brought up another point. Why is Rumple choosing Hook's body?
Yeah.
Like, Belle has a lot of friends.
He could have used anyone's body.
He could have used Emma's body. He could have used frickin' like Snow's body or
all those would make more sense.
Yeah, than Hook. So I don't know. Is there like do you think there's a reason why?
Well, you said that secretly deep down Rumple wants to be Hook. Which is so true because Rumple hates Hook so much and he's just jealous because like Hook's like better looking and he's bad and good at the same time. It's just like he's everything that Rumple wants to be.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have any powers and he just does better than
It's like any opportunity he has, he like wants to be Hook.
But it was interesting the scene between Hook, Rumple, and Belle when like Rumple was asking Belle about Will.
Well, I just thought it was the pirate oath. He's like he pretty much was like this. He was like, just hold on, Belle.
This is a pirate's oath.
Pirate's oath. Let me just...
And she's like, oh, okay.
Just a minute, Belle.
It's like an hour later they're having sex. Pirate's oath, pirate's oath. Next morning, wake up. Okay. Pirate's oath.
Take off your clothes. This is a pirate's oath.
Do you want to use your shower? Pirate's oath. Cool. You probably don't tell anyone about the dagger, right? Yeah, pirate's oath. Pirate's oath.
I think maybe there's a reason why Rumple's choosing Hook.
Maybe just because like Hook's not involved. Like, I don't know. He's like not involved in all the drama going on, so he's not busy right now.
Like, can Rumple leave Hook alone though? Like, have you not done enough to him? If that whole situation like between like in 4A happened, if I were Rumple, I would not want to go back into Hook. Like, I just would not want to like have anything to do with him anymore. Like, clearly that went wrong. I would just be like, hey, I'm gonna be like Geppetto for a day, or I'm gonna like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be Archie.
He does that. Like, there's like some, you know, other like when we're not watching the show and the show is going on, like he just switches into other personalities.
Maybe. And I think this is kind of like foreshadowing. They're bringing in the whole turning into different characters for when we find out, spoiler, Zelina is Marion. That way it's not so like, oh my god, look, this is explaining it. Like,
oh my god, it makes me so mad.
But do you know what I mean? So, okay, so for people who don't know, and okay, we're gonna talk about the spoiler, so if you don't want to listen, don't listen. But there are, you know, behind the scenes photos that kind of tease to the fact that Zelina has been Marion this whole time. Whatever, we'll get into that if it's actually true. But I feel like if that's the case, a lot of people will be like, what the hell? Like, oh, so you can just like all of a sudden like be a different person? I think that they're probably using this whole Hook or Rumple turning into Hook
to like justify
like, oh, this is what people do. Like,
I hate that everything is possible.
Yeah. Well,
and like then it's possible for the convenience of that season. If you could do half the shit that you can do now and like a couple seasons ago, like why do you think about all this stuff to go down differently?
That's pretty much all I have to say about this episode. I didn't care. I don't really have any feelings towards the Regina Maleficent thing.
I found it funny that when young Regina was talking to Maleficent and she's like, you need to get your fire back. She like literally goes to a flaming tree and sucks up all the fire. Like literally gets her fire back. It's like something you say metaphorically. Not something you actually do.
And for the very end, with August, like, why did this never happen before? When August initially died, if they could just bring him back, like, why didn't that happen?
Maybe he's not actually back. Maybe he's like spiritually back for that moment from the information.
Or maybe he's like kind of like cursed as well, so he's not his like real self.
I think I'm most interested Like, even though like it's not exciting, nothing's really going on. I'm the most interested in whatever Henry does. He's like investigating the author seriously, and I really want to find out who the author is, because I feel like it's not going to be Rumple, obviously. They can't put everything on Rumple. So like I'm wondering like who's it going to be, and I feel like he's going to find out.
And it's going to be the villain for season 5.
Yeah, you're so right.
You're not going to find it out until the finale, who the author is. Yeah. And then season 5, then they're going to talk with the author.
Yeah, can't wait till season 5.
I hope it's Walt Disney.
I'm over this season already.
I hope it's Christopher Robin, actually.
We've went over that.
Putting my money on Christopher Robin.
All right, let's end this.
Okay.
Sorry it's late. What happened again? We had legitimate excuses.
Yeah.
We'll be on the ball next weekend.
Yeah. Okay, so